Hey everyone, it's Ling here, and I've got with me a really unique guest. He's not your typical guy that's gone ahead and say tried Keegan's system for running YouTube ads to a landing page to promote a product. Not the typical person that's starting from zero, or starting from a very small budget. He's actually a guy that's already been making and selling his own digital products online. So we're talking about a guy that's already doing something on the internet, but hadn't been doing this model. So, just for full disclosure, because I want to make sure that for each one of these interviews, everyone knows exactly where everyone's coming from, and everyone's coming from a different starting point. So your starting point, Matt, first of all, I'll introduce you guys to Matt. Welcome along, Matt.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Great to have you here. And so Matt's from Australia, and he is already pretty successful before he started this particular method. He's successful in the fact that he's got his own digital products. He's got a product that teaches people how to lose weight following a specific method. He's already making great sales of that product as a vendor. So a lot of affiliates have been promoting him and making a lot of sales. So when Matt found out about this particular system, he decided that he wanted to give it a go to see if he could drive sales to his own stuff as a vendor. And so you've only been going at this for 10 days, Matt, though. You're in our second group, our final group of beta testers before we run our big launch. So how have you been finding things so far?
Yeah, well, it's been great. So like you said, I'm a vendor, so it's a little bit different. I have promoted some other products as well, but I'm really just focusing on promoting my products, obviously, as the vendor. And yeah, it's been really great. Like a couple of years ago, I was heavily into Facebook. So I have run traffic to my own office before. And Facebook was good. We did quite well back then, but certainly, this is amazing, honestly, compared to running on Facebook. It really is. We've been able to scale so much faster with less account issues and all that sort of thing. So it's been really exciting.
So yeah, that is really exciting. That whole notion that you can scale faster, and perhaps there might even be people watching this right now that are vendors themselves. I mean, not everybody starts from scratch. Certainly, we've had almost every beta tester has started without having run these kind of ads or without ever having owned their own product before. All of them actually didn't have one. So you're the first one I'm talking to that's already had a product. So that's unique. It's really good though, because we want to show that this is for different types of people. So if you've got a product already that you want to sell, you can use this method to do that. Now, did you follow it exactly the way Keegan teaches it to promote your products? Like in that, did you still use robot voices? Did you still use sort of auto-generated videos that, automatically uses stock footage? So you still did it that same way?
I followed the system exactly. Yeah, absolutely nothing's different. I followed the exact system
So you didn't decide, well, I'll use the face of one of my products that I already own. I'll put them on the video and get their voice. You just went with a robot voice, everything, and it still did very, very well for you. That's
right. So obviously we can do that. There's probably something we'll test in the future, but yeah, using the robot voices, you can just churn out so many more creatives so much more quickly. So using that system is easily the best way to start at the very least.
So you get it done faster. I was just talking actually off camera to just before to Rob, one of the guys behind this program, and he actually got a robot voice made, which it doesn't cost much actually. That sounds exactly like him. So that meant
really?
he can now, because he wants his ads to have him in them for some products he's promoting, and when he promotes himself. So therefore, he said it's much faster for me than having to hit record, save this WAV file, put it over here. He said it's faster for me to just type it, press a button, and then it's already in there. And he said I can record the perfect version of my voice later if it's the winning ad, but until then, even then, it's easier. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so you've only been going for 10 days, and you're telling me just before we recorded this, you told me that you already made $6,000 yesterday. So 10 days, you've gone from nothing to a $6,000 day. Would you have
Yeah.
believed that? Even though you're a vendor, would you have believed before you started that you could have scaled that quickly in just 10 days?
Like I've heard it's possible, that's for sure, using this kind of system, but you know, you don't really believe it till you do it yourself. That's for sure. And you know, every well, just from running so much traffic on Facebook, you have this constant, like, there's almost these beliefs baked in that it's not going to be possible because you know it's very hard to do on Facebook and it's a lot more complicated. But yeah, now I've done it.
I feel like you have this belief that it's possible, but you also think that you're going to have to go through a bunch of hoops. Like it's going to be harder than perhaps what it turned out to be for you. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
that the road is going to be packed full. Like there's always obstacles, but I guess it's less with YouTube. Like scaling, like Facebook, you can have the perfect ad running. You could be spending $1,000 a day and making 2,000, and then the moment you scale to 3,000 and try to make 6, something happens. You might have an ad account shut down, or ad goes into review, or something weird happens. And YouTube, if you're going to have a problem, it's going to be very, very early, and then you're pretty much through, and you already didn't obviously you're through, your 10 days in, and you
Yeah.
So
well, I've got a perfect example of that. So yesterday was my biggest day. In my time zone, we got to about 3 hours left, and I think at that point I was on about 14,000 revenue, and my biggest ad got disapproved. So you know, on Facebook that would be a nightmare, but all I did was literally open up that exact video, make a few changes on the things that I thought might be triggering the compliance issue. So I literally changed 3 sentences, published the ad again. It got approved within half an hour, and then it made another $4,000 revenue before midnight.
Same
like,
day.
that's a perfect example of like just how much easier it is to do this on YouTube right now than other platforms.
Right.
There's no other platform where you could do that.
Now, not everyone watching is going to have your budget from already having started a successful online business.
Yeah.
However, I'd say to people watching, the key is that if you reinvest what you earn, then your budget grows actually quite quickly. Like for instance, if you spent $500 one week and you made 1,000 back, you can now invest. Now you have 1,000 to invest the next week, and then if you can make a profit on that. And it can snowball quite quickly. That's why we've got guys, even in third world countries, that have got up to, 5 figures in a single week within a matter of, a few short months, because of that. Reinvest everything back in. Don't worry about taking profits till you've got lots and lots of profits. And I think most people scale their businesses kind of like that anyway. I bet you probably back at the start would have reinvested more. Am I right? Like that than what you might need to.
Yeah, now. That's the way to do it. Unless you're already flush with cash, that's pretty much the way you've got to do it.
Right. Yeah. So no, absolutely. Now, do you have any tips for anyone that wants to start out with this model as an affiliate? Like if they don't, not like you as a vendor, but they're an affiliate, they want to promote and do well with this.
Yeah, I think it's really no different whether you're a vendor or an affiliate. I mean, if you're the vendor, I guess you happen to make a little more on the back end, which is always nice. But yeah, I mean, I literally followed the exact system that an affiliate would. And that's really all you have to do. Like the biggest thing is creating a winning ad. I think I shifted my focus from trying to pump out, 3 to 4 ads a day to making high quality ads. And that's really the difference. But the best thing you can do is like see the examples, model them, and just add in your own hooks and angles and try to make really high quality ads. And that's what's worked for me.
Cool. And you're promoting information products, or are you promoting supplements of your own, or what are the ones that have worked for you at the moment? What type?
Yes, the offer that I'm running at the moment is a supplement-based weight loss program. Yep.
Okay, cool. It's just interesting to know because different people are pushing different types of offers. For me, so far, I've done over 6 figures. I'm still working my way up with this myself on the side. I've got lots going on, but it's been entirely digital products so far, and only just started venturing into a few offshoot supplements myself with the YouTube ads. It's good to know it works for a variety of ventures. I've seen some people promote high ticket offers as an affiliate by using this model, going straight to a landing page, which leads people to a auto webinar. And again, it works again. There's so much variety of types of offers that this can work for. It's a bit of a blue ocean right now. Would you agree that it feels like this is more closer to the beginning than the middle or the end of this model?
Yeah, certainly. And I think launching courses like this might end up changing that. But yeah, we're definitely at the start. Yeah, 100%. It feels like Facebook like 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, I hear that over and over again from people, and I think that's quite exciting. What would you say to anybody that was considering joining either the free webinar or perhaps joining the program itself?
Well, you've got to do that. If you're interested in making money online, and especially if you're obviously interested in the affiliate space, probably if you're watching this already, I mean, you've got to watch the webinar at a minimum. But then in terms like, I generally hate courses. I really do, because I think that a lot of them are just taking advantage of people. But if there was ever a course to recommend, I actually would recommend this one, because I mean, yeah, look at my results in the last 10 days. That's genuinely, I'm the vendor, which again, it's a slight advantage. But even I look at my profit numbers just as an affiliate, and yesterday was over 60,000 US as an affiliate. So yeah, I mean, honestly, it really works.
Fantastic. Well, just before we go, I just want to ask you, because I know that this is always one of the most important elements of online marketing. I've found has often come down to mindset. Are there any mindset fundamentals that you think has helped you succeed as a business owner more so than what stopped other people perhaps not getting there because of limited versions of those mindsets?
Interesting question. I think I'm weird in that, like, when I think about money, I almost find it hard to see that it's real. Like, it's when you're playing this sort of like game, as I would call it, like it's like numbers on the screen. It's like following sports statistics, but you have full control over it. Like the stats, like if you're into sports, you're probably into the stats. Well, this is like a sport, and you're really just tracking the stats. And when you know which stats you need to increase to boost your bottom line, it kind of becomes a game. So that's just how I look at it.
I think that's brilliant. I actually had a friend of mine that I got into marketing several years ago called Franz, and he used to play computer games for 8 hours a day, and he failed most of his papers at university for his first year and a half because he was addicted to playing computer games. I got him into this, and I just said, this is your new computer game. You have to play it at least 3 hours a day, even though most people I'd say 1 hour a day. For him, I said 3, because I knew if you can play that game for 8 hours, you can play this for 3. And within a year, he was doing over $1,000 a day, just looking at money as his high score. And then he got into the tens of thousands, and now he's, multimillionaire. And I think it's, for some people, that's the mindset they need to adopt. So it's different mindsets suit different people. For some people, just looking at this as a computer game, and your clicks and your conversion, your clicks and your view rates and your dollars made and profit, they're all your high score numbers. And that's what you're trying to beat. Sounds like you sound like you see it that way, and you're into sports. I'm into sports as well. So I kind of see the numbers side too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm into sports and video games. So yeah, that really is how I see it.
Cool. Well, thanks so much. I really appreciate your call. It's been very, very inspiring. I hope for a lot of people watching, this has been very inspiring, and also really informative. So thanks very much for your time, Matt.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks, Mark.
And for everyone watching, take action with what you learn. Make sure you get involved in this, either join the webinar or join the program. And I can't wait to see you on the inside. All right. Bye for now, everybody.